This is gonna be your resting squat. So we wanna make sure the whole chain, the whole system is integrated here, starting from the ground up. I'm gonna get my feet about hip width apart. I wanna make sure my big toes stay grounded, and I wanna have good awareness to what my big toes are doing, because most people, when they lose their footing, they lose their balance, or they end up compensating in some sort of ways. Now, I wanna look at my hips. I wanna think about actively rotating my hips outward. Now, only rotate the hips as far outward as you're able to without losing your feet. Most people, what they do is they rotate their hips outward and then their feet start to peel up. And now from here, what I wanna think about doing is descending down, initiating from a hip hinge. So a hip hinge, all you wanna think about doing is getting your butt to kiss the wall, right? So I'm hinging nice and long through the spine. I don't wanna think about rounding through the spine and then doing lumbar flexion in compensation of a hip hinge. No, it's an actual hip hinge. So think about pushing the hips back, staying nice and long through the spine. As you do that, the knees can start to bend, and this is essentially gonna be the initiation of the squat. So I'm doing an aggressive hip hinge. Naturally, what it would look like is, as I hip hinge, I start to naturally descend into the squat. I have a nice long spine, so I'm not rounding. I'm not overextending through the thoracic. Feet are grounded, hip width apart. Big toe engagement is key. Rotate the thighs outward, feel the glutes, keep the spine nice and long, and as you descend, take that inhale. That's gonna increase pressurization and decrease the likelihood of you just folding over and compensating from the lumbar. So as I descend down, big breath in. And basically what I wanna think about doing is I wanna have enough space between my legs for my torso to fit, right? So this is the idea here. This is why if you need to go shoulder width, you can go a little bit wider. If you need a little toe out is okay, but I don't want aggressive duck feet here. Straight on, maybe 5 to 10 degrees outward is okay. And then from here, continue to rotate the thighs outward as you descend down, nice and upright, and we're just hanging out here. This is gonna be your resting squat. You can go hands inside of the knees. You can go prayer position, right? But we wanna make sure we stay nice and upright in this position, paying attention to what our feet are doing, constantly rotating the thighs outward and meeting ourselves where we're at. If we descend down and we start to fold over and get into a funky position, back up, the depth and the mobility will come in time. As I mentioned, if you have a squat stand, a bench, a chair or something, you can use that for support as well. So this is what that would look like. I'll have my hands on the post. I'll still set up my feet in a good position, big toe awareness, thighs rotated outwards, the whole nine. But all I'm doing now is I'm using the post to better keep myself upright. So I'm in a supported position here, but this is allowing me to get into a more deeper squat because I don't have to worry about falling back. So you can see here, the benefits are I'm getting into a deeper range of motion, more range of motion on the knees, in the hips. I can stay nice and upright because I'm supported. But what we wanna do is we wanna make it a little bit more active. So we can shorten the position. And now as I do that, I feel more weight into my feet. But I'm in a good position because now I can upright myself with the assistance of the post. And I can feel the legs start to burn here. So the muscles are engaging, I'm in a good position. And maybe if I'm a little bit stiffer, if I did this on my own, maybe I get above parallel. But because I can use the post, I can sit back into it further, I can get into a deeper range of motion. This is a great way to work both passive and active range of motion. So really find your starting point, work into the depth, increase your mobility, and in time, the work and effort you put in will come into that final form of what it should be. And that's gonna be your resting squat.